So YouTube, sorry I couldn't make this video any quicker. I had some things I had to take care of yesterday, but you know how things go. But anyways, I'm gonna get straight into how to loop in, loop out. You know, everything pretty much is self-explanatory except for the looping in, looping out, the hot cues, samples, loop twos, a couple things that, you know, I'm pretty sure some people probably haven't really gotten down or would like to figure out. So I'm gonna go over that. Also gonna go over the things that I've came across that have happened to me that, you know, don't, you know, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense, that's all. And there's a way to get around it, it's just you have to, you know, do things a certain way. So I'll show you how to do that. Sorry, I'm getting a text right here. Alright. So, sorry about that. Alright. By pressing play, so say you put a CD in here. Well, first of all, let's get this set up. So if you wanted to get any sound out of it right when you start it up, you will get some sound. Okay, so I have my setup as RCA as the outputs on the master. They're going out of there and they're going into the receiver. To get any sound out of here, your main volume control, if you're not using headphones, which is Q gain, is master. Okay, so let's just turn the master up just a little bit, just so you can see if you can get any sound out of anything. So normally it's probably going to be, the setting will be set at PC. Deck means that you're using the deck side, which is this side. You're using the USB and you're using the CD. The way you select the USB on here is by pressing the source button and you switch with the parameter knob. So it's on USB master, that stands for using the USB flash drive or USB hard drive, whatever you want to put in there. If you turn the knob, it goes to USB MIDI, which allows it to sync up with your computer. By hitting source again, it just backs out and goes back to being on CD. You gotta play music, I like music. So anyways, in order to get any sound out of here, you're going to want to have your switch or your little knob thing here to the left on deck, and then turn it up. I usually don't turn it up all the way, I'll turn it up on that little black line right before it. The gain is the overall volume coming out of here and coming in through here, and now it's hitting here in your channel fader, and now you're able to turn it up. So if you want to turn the volume that's coming up out of here up, you turn the gain switch up, the gain knob. You don't have to turn it all the way up. I usually turn it up halfway or a little bit over half of a way. It also controls the volume of the frequencies you're going to adjust for your highs, your mids, and your lows. So your treble, which is highs. So let me turn it up so you can tell. That's all self-explanatory. To get if you want to get good sound, because like I said, I was a recording engineer. You usually want to, you know, have your trebles a little bit up because you're going to be hitting with a lot of bass. You don't want to turn you can have your bass set in the middle. I usually just leave it there if there's enough bass. If there's not enough, I'll turn it up just a little bit, like I think 2 knobs over, about 2 dBs over probably that stands for. Mids, I turn it up. That brings up like your snare. That'll bring out your snare. Hey! Knock it off! Quiet! Sorry about that, my dog. Actually, I'm gonna let her outside real quick. She's acting up. Knock it off. I said knock it off. Sorry about that. So, mid brings up, you know, like your snare. The sound of the snare more likely brings it out a lot. So I usually just have the settings about 2 knobs or, you know, just a little bit. That's if you're, you know, you're pulling off, if you're not doing too much mixing. Anyways, I'm just explaining what these do. Oh, hiccups. Alright, so we got that out of the way, and you got volume and sound coming out. So you want to pull up a track on your computer now. I have get the light out of the way. I have virtual DJ set up right now. That's what I got with my product. Sadly, I wish I got Tractor. Could use a demo. I could do a demo. I could use the demo program, but it only stays up for like I think 10 minutes or something like that. So this is a virtual DJ. All of you should know by now. And the way you're gonna be able to use any of this and to get sound from this deck, because I remember someone said they're having problems with a channel fader or their crossfader, or these weren't working properly. So on this side, what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit source, because right now the source is set at CD and MP3. So when you hit the source button, you're gonna want to go to USB MIDI and push down the parameter wheel. That should pop up. If nothing pops up and just something right here and something right there, that's okay. But if nothing comes up on that screen at all, that's what had happened to me. It didn't want to sync with my laptop after I had used it for 3 days. It didn't want to sync up with this laptop no more, and it kind of, kind of scared me, because I was like, what the heck, did something happen to this? But I was still able to play CDs, and I was still able to play USB. I just could not control anything. I couldn't, I couldn't do none of this. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't do nothing on that side. Nothing would pop up on the screen, and when I would press play on here, it would just stay like I didn't even press play, and it would just like be real slow. It was real glitchy. It scared me a little bit. So if anyone has that problem, don't worry, I had that problem too. The next day it worked. And ever since then it's been working, and it happened. The day it stopped was the day before the playoff game, and it started working after that, and since then it's been cool. So thank God for that one. But anyways, what you're going to want to do is go to source, make sure you're on USB MIDI mode. You have a track selected. I have a dance track up right now. Oh yeah, my bad. To go over this real quick on the config screen, get this light out of the way, I'm sorry about that. Whoa. Okay, just trying to center the camera right. There we go. Alright. I'm going to go to config right here on the top right of the screen, which is right there where my mouse is at. You go to config and you select it, and this is going to pop up. What normally is probably going to be set up on here is this setting right here, because this is what setting was on mine. Your output is going to be keep coughing, sorry, I got people next door doing the yards, and there's a whole bunch of pollen and stuff in there. Outputs is going to probably be set to single output, and your sound card will probably be through your computer. So what you're going to want to do is switch your output. Don't worry about the input, you're going to leave that alone. You just go to output and you're going to go to external mixer, because this isn't a mix, this is the external mixer, and you're outputting a signal through your external mixer, not through any other speakers, through your computer. So you select external mixer, then don't worry about that setting, you're just going to leave that alone, leave it just like it is. Right here it's going to say sound card. It's going to be set probably at mono separated. You're going to go to that, and you're going to go down to ASIO driver, because that's the sound card that's in your mixer or your mix deck. You're going to make sure that it says Mixdeck ASIO driver, and for my laptop I need to have this setting selected right here. Normally it's not. This is how the music sounds when it's not selected. There'll be a big difference. Watch, you'll hear a big difference. So you hear this? This is the beginning. Here's the beginning of the track. Watch. See how it sounds? Sounds like crap, doesn't it? Like, that's not the effect of the song at all. Now I'm going to go to config. I'm going to come over here to ultra latency ASIO, and I'm going to select it. Then I go to apply and watch what happens. Wow, would you look at that? Way better. So, if any of you are having problems with that, I hope that helped out. Okay, so now I have a little dance or house track on right now, and I'll do a little video on like mixing and stuff on that on this next video. And the next video, I guess too, I'll get more into the looping in, looping out. the loop 2, the hot cue, and the samples. So I'll see you on the next video.